Come with me to Machu Picchu. We were in Peru a couple of months during the beginning of the year. We went to Machu Picchu in February and it's in July I'm finally making this. We started in the morning at the Inca Rail office in Cusco. Inca Rail is the train that takes you to Machu Picchu. We had booked this trip 3 weeks in advance. We had some coca tea to help with altitude sickness. And then we started our journey in a collectivo, otherwise known as a minivan. This is basically taking us to our train station. On the way, we had a stop at this beautiful place, the name of which I don't remember now. After a journey of about 1.5 hours, we reached the train station of Ollantaytambo. A representative of the Inca Rail took us to our train. There is premium, more expensive coaches in the train, but this is basically economy class. And here we begin our 1.5 hour train ride to the town of Machu Picchu. In the train, there was a performance of which I didn't understand anything other than it was a love story. After going through some scenic routes, we reached the town of Aguas Calientes, otherwise known as Hot Springs. Outside the train station, a representative from our hotel was waiting for us. We walked through the town of Aguas Calientes to our hotel. This town is called Aguas Calientes or Hot Springs because, you guessed it, there are hot springs. One fascinating thing about Aguas Calientes is that to reach the town, you either have to take a train or walk. There is no road that you can drive to. We reached the hotel, and this is our room. The view from the room was pretty incredible too, with the mountains and the fog and the cobblestone streets. After checking in, we spent the rest of the day exploring the town. The months from November to April are the rainy months in Peru, so the entire night it was raining, which Ishal seemed to enjoy a lot. Next day, early morning, our guide came to pick us up from the hotel. Today we will be doing the second part of our journey, which is taking the bus to Machu Picchu. This town is surrounded by mountains on all sides and is around 2040 meters above sea level. The bus arrived and we started our journey, and the views were just incredible. This is the entrance to Machu Picchu. You have to arrive here on time or otherwise you cannot enter, and you need a tour guide. The queue moves by really quickly and we entered. It was a beautiful sunny day, thank God. I was low-key scared it was gonna rain and ruin the views. You have to hike a little bit to reach the ruins of Machu Picchu. After a lot of huffing and puffing at high altitudes, we finally made it to the top and the ruins was finally in view. We entered the ruins through the famous Sun Gate. Machu Picchu in the Quechua language translates to Old Mountain, and it is made up of 150 buildings ranging from baths and houses to temples and sanctuaries. All the stones here were transported up the mountains without any wheels. One benefit of living in the northern hemisphere is that I don't have to see these 100-legged things. The Incas were really good masons. These structures are built without any mortar. The stones are quite literally cut to fit together. Machu Picchu is one of the few places that was not destroyed by the Spanish conquest. Machu Picchu was in a hidden location, invisible from below, which is why it wasn't found by the Spanish. So it remains one of the well-preserved Inca cities in the world. To get a different view of the ruins, you can always climb up the nearby mountains, which you have to book well in advance. After spending around 5 hours there, we took the afternoon train back to Cusco. This trip cost us around 265 USD per person. It was so worth it, and it was one of the best experiences of my life.